Welcome back to the course. In this video, I'm going to give you some basic information for writing the Task 2 essay. This is the fundamental information that is going to lay the groundwork for all of your education ahead. So the first thing that you need to know about writing the Task 2 essay is that in these essays, you have to describe a certain point of view, issue, or a problem. We'll look at examples of this in the upcoming videos. Next, you need to know that the Task 2 essay is worth twice as many points as Task 1. Next, you're going to have a total of 40 minutes to finish the Task 2 essay. In total, you have 60 minutes to finish both the Task 1 and the Task 2 essay, so you should be spending 20 minutes to finish the Task 1 essay and then the remaining 40 minutes to finish the Task 2 essay. In this Task 2 essay, you have to write a total of 4 paragraphs. In total, this comes out to about 13 to 18 sentences. Next, you have to write a minimum of 250 words. This is the minimum requirement. Ideally though, you should try to aim for about 280 words. It can be better to have a little bit higher word count if you can. However, I want you to note that you can get a band 9 with just the minimum requirement of 250 words. This means that the quality of your writing is much more important than the quantity. Once you have finished writing the minimum requirement of 250 words, quality becomes far more important than quantity. Next, I want you to note that unlike the academic Task 1 essay, in the writing Task 2, you can use words such as I, you, we, or us. However, don't overuse them. The writing Task 2 is not a very formal essay. It's not as academic in nature like the academic writing Task 1 essay is, so you can be a little bit more flexible with your language. Now, there are many different types of questions that you can see on the writing Task 2, but I've broken down these different question types into 6 main categories. So we're going to cover this in much more detail in the next video, but essentially, there are 6 different types of questions that you can see on the Task 2 essay. But the good news here is that even though there are 6 different question types, the same basic strategy applies to every single question type. This means that you don't have to learn different strategies for answering different question types. The strategy is the same, and we're going to break down this strategy in a lot of detail in part 2 of this course. Now, when you're writing the Task 2 essay, you're going to be using a lot of different examples to illustrate your ideas, to support your ideas. What I want you to note about using these examples is that when you are writing this essay, the examples that you use don't have to be truthful. They don't have to be true. The important thing is that they sound true. They should sound real. The IELTS examiners don't care if you're telling the truth or not. The IELTS examiners only care about your English. Can you write English? Are you good at writing English? That's what they care about, so don't worry about making up examples that aren't true. Next, in some questions, you're going to have to describe your position or your opinion on a subject. I want you to note that your position and your opinion can never be wrong. Again, the examiners only care about your English. They want to know if you know English. They don't care about your political opinions, which sides you choose, if you're right or if you're wrong. It doesn't matter. So feel free to choose any side and express your views. Finally, I suggest that you use a pencil instead of using a pen when you're writing your essay so that you can make easier corrections. Okay, now I want to move into the structure of the Task 2 essay. I want to give you a visual representation of what the Task 2 essay looks like and what you have to do. So here you can see all the different components of the Task 2 essay. The first component is outline. Before you start writing the essay, you have to create an outline. This will make it easier for you to arrange your essay in an organized manner. Once you're done with the outline, you'll move on to writing the introduction. The introduction is the first paragraph. Then, you'll write the body paragraph number 1 and the body paragraph number 2. These two paragraphs are the biggest paragraphs in your entire essay. Then, you're going to end your essay with a strong conclusion. And finally, if you have any leftover time, then you should use that time to check your work. We're going to go over every single one of these components in a lot of detail later down the road. Here, you can see the number of words that you should be writing per paragraph. So here, you can see that for the introduction, you should write between 40 to 50 words. For the body paragraph number 1 and the second body paragraph, you have to write 90 to 100 words. And finally, in the conclusion, you only need 30 to 40 words. Now, these are just general guidelines to give you an idea of how large each one of your paragraphs should be. It doesn't mean that you have to write this exact number of words. Here, you can see how many sentences you should be writing per paragraph. You should write about 3 sentences for the introduction, 4 to 6 sentences for the body paragraphs, and then 2 to 3 sentences for your conclusion. Finally, here is the amount of time that you should be spending per component. So you should spend 5 minutes to create the outline, 5 minutes to write the introduction, 10 minutes per body paragraph, 5 minutes for the conclusion, and ideally, you should have about 5 minutes remaining at the end so that you can use this time to check your work. So that is the visual representation of the Task 2 essay. And that brings us to the end of this video. In the next video, we're going to be looking at the different types of questions that you're going to see for the Task 2 essay. I'll see you there.